when you read a book, it changes you. If it's the first time you're reading it, or if you're rereading a book that's your favorite and you read it every year, you're changed in some little way every time you read that book.
I think reading together is a fabulous program to bring people together, not only to read a great book, but to get together and to discuss what was in the book. I think that's really exciting. And one of the things I really enjoy is that it brings different people about different topics from all over the city. And it just, you're walking around and you see people reading the books in different places. People strike up these impromptu conversations, which is pretty darn cool.
I think his writing's down to earth. I think it's realistic. I think he has a good flow to his writing. And I think he's so easy to read because of that, very realistic. I think that's easy for people to identify with.
I read them all. They're fabulous. Reading his writing is like reading every single line is a poem because he writes so beautifully.
What I love about reading together is if you meet someone and you find that you've read the same book, you're not strangers anymore because you've got an opportunity there for discussion, things that you can talk about and things that you can share.
It's exciting. It's exciting to have a whole group of people be able to discuss the same books.
I think reading together is great for the community, and I think the community really enjoys reading together.
Well, I think one of the wonderful things about reading together is it brings people together and you get to read a book that you might not otherwise have chosen.
Reading together is my favorite library program. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't love all the other library programs we do, but I say that I think maybe more personally than I do as the library director, and that's because I personally like to read good books and talk about them with other people. So that's why I would say that Reading Together is one of my favorite programs that we do.
I think Reading Together, the program, I think it's a great way to get the community together to read. Everybody seems really interested in the books.
One of the things we do with Reading Together is offer ways for you to explore a book more deeply. And the way we do that is we pull out issues and topics from the book, and then we offer programs and discussions that let you explore the book in a different way.
I was really excited when we chose Rick Bragg and his books. So I remembered that I bought a copy of All Over But the Shoutin' for my husband, but I had forgotten where it was and anything. So I found it after we had chosen the book, found it in an old bookcase. I opened it up and found that it was signed by Rick Bragg, and it was signed to my husband using his name, and then it said, "To Bob, who had an amazing mother himself. Best wishes, Rick Bragg." And it made me realize that I must have had a conversation with Rick Bragg at the time that I bought the book and signed it. And so that just made me want to plow back into the book and read it again. And it was every bit as inspiring.
Well, we visited communities where they read one book, and Shoutin' and Ava's Man were pretty high up on the all-time list of books. You know, To Kill a Mockingbird's above us, but of books selected for community-wide reads. I'm very proud of that, because if you can get a whole community to read your book, what a wonderful, wonderful thing that is. But y'all, as far as I know, were the first to read all three at once, and I'm not surprised. Everything I know about your community tells me that y'all just have good taste in books like that. So I'm not just touched by it, I'm honored by it, and hope that the people hope they find something good in those people.
So I think it's a great program for the community. I think it's something that brings us all together, and thus the name Reading Together.